Oh my goodness. What are
How
we
are
doing in a
you?
completely different villa in a different country?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but it feels right.
It
Hmm,
feels correct.
period.
Oh my goodness. Hello, 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 Islanders. Hey, what's
Hey.
up? Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I don't have tea today. I have iced coffee.
Hmm.
Because
More.
that is what's going to power me through this day. I've got a lot. We've got a lot of Love Island to talk about today. Both UK and US. I'm very excited to do so. But yes,
We've
I've got
that's
some
differently different for us. We've never done this before.
very differently. This is unique
Big
and
and
different
different.
grounds for the Cup TV. This
Mm-hmm.
is our first ever episode talking about the main series of Love Island UK here on the channel. So very excited to be doing so today. But yes, caramelized coffee in my beautiful Corey King tumbler because, you know, this gave me the most vibes of like a Love Island tumbler. So I said that. I'm also wearing my Jinx and Dela shirt. I won't show off the full shirt because it doesn't matter for the purposes of this channel, but I'm wearing it. So
Cool. And hey, everybody, it is me, your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I'm only drinking what I always drink, some water, because hydration is important. Drink your water,
oh god.
folks. But I do have my cup mug, and that is definitely important. And you want to get you one of these. You want to get you one of these because you know what? It's a party with every cup. And you can get your cup mug at lonagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And yes, I know it was the cup on the site because that's the only thing I'm selling right now, but that will change very soon. So get your cup mug, period.
Period. We are here, Lana. Love Island
Yes.
UK. They
Yes.
said, "Don't worry, we'll give you 2 seasons at once."
We got you. And I said, who asked for it? But then it's like, but we are going to still be excited about it.
And I
So,
gotta be honest, I am now equally excited for both seasons that we currently have going on. Um, it is a lot of straight hot people in a villa,
mhm.
but I'm invested. I'm here. I'm energized. I'm galvanized. I'm ready to talk Love Island UK. I'm very, very excited. I think this is so fun. This series is off to a very interesting start. There's a lot to dive into because this season started off, preseason started off with a bang. The universe of Love Island UK is, you know, a very interesting and unique universe to dive into. I can't wait to talk about it. So this is going to be a review of the first 4 episodes. So
Yes.
we haven't been on yet to talk about Love Island UK, y'all. So this is going to be an entire week 1 recap. So we're going to talk about the first 4 episodes. So that's going to include premiere, the first dumping, the first set of the first true set of bombshells. So all 3 of the bombshells that we've gotten so far, and then the first recoupling and the cliffhanger that
Hmm.
we were left on going into tonight's episode, and we'll talk about all of that. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things competitive reality TV. Currently, that is a double dose of Love Island for you all
Hmm.
weekly. We are doing double duty here, going live 7 times a week, not 7 days, because God,
Seven
no.
times.
But we
No.
are live 7 times a week right now talking about Love Island. For Love Island UK, we are going to be doing double duty twice a week for no invite needed because that catchphrase was too good to not snatch up.
Absolutely.
Love Island, y'all have all the credits. We're giving you all the credits. We're just, you know, grabbing
Following it.
onto it. It's so good that we just needed a little taste of it for ourselves. So over here, it is No Invite Needed live here at the Cup TV. Y'all don't need an invite to join us to talk twice a week. Love Island UK. It's going to be Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. I believe it's BST. British fans, don't come for us. I don't remember what fucking time zones y'all use right now. Sorry. British time. I looked up the time zone translations today, so don't you worry. But EST for us here in the States, because we're based in the States. But we'll be live Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is a different time today because we had some things we needed to iron out before, such as and including what times we were going live each week. It's very worthwhile. But yes, Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern, talking all things Love Island UK, because this series is too good not to talk about.
Absolutely.
And we are live 5 days a week with Love Island USA, Souls Ties Live here at the Cup TV, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 2:10 Eastern, and Fridays and Saturdays at 6:10 Eastern, which means, yes, we will be live later today talking about Love Island USA. Oh boy.
Whew. Okay.
To talk about that episode. So make sure to tune in with us later today. We will be talking all things Love Island USA as well. We'll be doing double duty Love Island live on Tuesdays and Fridays. So that'll be very, very, very fun. So we've also got a lot of other fun reality TV content here at the Cup TV. We're currently covering Destination X with fabulous exit interviews. So we will be talking to hopefully all of the cast. And we hope that means a beautiful, lovely Love Islander. We're hoping.
Ooh, hoping and praying. Not too soon, though. Not too soon, but hoping and praying.
Yeah. But yes, we've got that. We are currently doing our Project Runway Refilled series, talking about season 8 in anticipation for the new season 21, which we will be covering in full because, yes, thank you. So excited. So stay tuned for our Project Runway season 21 coverage. And just around the corner on the horizon, Big Brother season 27. We will be talking about that.
And the snake.
The snake. We are talking about the snake.
We just finished we just finished the Genius game. So we got a lot of stuff on the horizon for you all.
Yeah. Snake is happening right now. Big Brother on the horizon. We've got House of Villains on the horizon. Survivor 50 on the horizon. Traitors US cast drop today. We will be talking about that here soon. So if you're a fan of any or all of those shows, subscribe here at the Cup TV. We are on a mission here at the Cup TV to hit 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. Y'all are putting in some work. Love Island fans, the Islanders are putting in some work here at the Cup TV, and we appreciate it. So thank you, first and foremost. But if you're a fan of competitive reality TV, you're going to love what we are doing here at the Cup TV. And across all 4 of our networks, talking all things drag, competitive reality TV, WWE wrestling, and Eurovision Song Contest. So all the links for all of our channels are available in the description below. You can go check them out, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, our social media links, our merch link, our personal social medias, all that's down in the description. So you can go follow us. You lovely, wonderful, fabulous things. But Lana, now that the big intro's out of the way, I have had to do so many big intros in the last fucking 2 weeks. Jesus. Lana.
Yeah.
Love Island UK Series 12.
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far?
I will say, overall, this season has intrigued me enough to bring me back for next week. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie. I was a little nervous for the first couple of episodes. I was like, I don't know. But y'all gagged me. Y'all gagged me in this week of Love Island UK. This is going to be my first real season, not an all-star season, but first real season watching Love Island UK live and consistently. And so I'm excited to do that. They gagged me, y'all gagged me with some of these things that I'm not used to. And some things I like, some things I'm here for, and some things I'm like, okay, all right. Well, it's different, not bad, just differently different.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to get into these UK streets because I love my US streets down on Love Island, so I really need to love on my UK streets down because I did enjoy All Stars. So I'm ready for
Yeah,
the next All Stars to come around, and I actually know these people because I watched their season. So
right. Right. Yeah, I have tried to get into Love Island UK a couple of times on like rewatch. This is also going to be my first full season watching live as well. I'm very excited about it. I remember seeing some of the preseason press stuff when the season got announced. And obviously we were kind of in the full swing of Love Island USA, so I was like, but I'm going to keep an eye on UK to see, what's going on, things like that. And I remember Maya Jama, first and foremost. Oh,
Hey,
Maya
Maya.
Jama.
Love her.
Ah,
Love her.
love Maya
Love her.
Jama. So excited for more Maya. We have Maya Jama and Ariana Madix on our screens at the same time. What
Not
privilege.
mad. Not mad.
What privilege, Lana. These two women, two of the best reality TV hosts we have on TV, period. It don't matter what the shows are. Two of the best hosts we have on reality TV right now, period. I love them down. So shout out to both of you fabulous women for holding down the Love Island streets here. Thank you, ladies, and we thank you.
We thank you.
But I remember seeing the trailer, and I remember the trailer saying, "Oh, stay tuned for the twists and the turns and the shenanigans." And I said, "Oh, the twists and the turns and the shenanigans."
Okay.
Baby, they really said the twists and the turns and the shenanigans and the goopery and the gaggery and the tomfoolery in 4 episodes. Because might I mention, Lana, might I mention at this point, because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but might I mention, it's day 4. Day 4.
4. What?
It's day 4.
4.
It's day 4. It is
Gag.
day 4.
Gag is what it is. It's gag. It's gag. It's
day 4.
Gag. Oof. They
gag to the gag.
I was gagged, I will say.
And my gag reflex is not that sensitive, but I've been gagged most of these episodes.
Well, truly.
Maya Jama.
Well,
y'all doing the damn thing over here at the Love Island UK here.
I enjoyed it. Not
I'm
going
excited.
to lie. Not gonna lie.
I'm excited. I'm thrilled.
I'm ready to talk about it. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Somebody pulled notes out.
I sure did.
I love it.
I sure did. I have notes, I have thoughts, I have feelings, and I have opinions on these Islanders. So this is not going to be a very linear kind of review for this first one. Moving forward, when we come back on Tuesday to do No Invite Needed at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. BST, we will be a little bit more linear with our episode recapping and things like that. This is going to be a little bit more review on the side of recap and review, because
4 episodes is a lot.
There's just a lot. In all of our other reviews, we're going to be doing 3 episodes, so it's going to be just a bit more manageable. But in this one, we're going to be going through 4 episodes at once, so it's just going to be a little bit more chaotic. So there may be some things we miss. If there are things we miss, let us know in the comments. Happy to run through it again. But let's talk about this Love Island gig-arama here on this occasion, starting with the ladies, the girls, the gals walking into the villa.
Yes,
the gals in the villa. Where is this villa? Are they in
South Africa? They're in South Africa.
Okay, that's what I thought. I love that they've moved their villa to South Africa because it's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's a little smaller than the U.S. villa. But I was going to say,
thoughts on the villa? I love the villa.
I like the villa. I think it's a cool villa. I like how they have it set up. I love the colors, of course, because I think Love Island always comes with the colors and the pops and things like that.
Absolutely.
They got a lot more rooms tucked away.
Oh, baby, that secret area with the swing and the hot tub. Over.
Yeah.
I live narrative.
I don't understand why Love Island don't have like you guys don't have a hot tub like that's out for every. Well, they do. I think they do now, but they didn't before.
They
Like have a
do
hot
in the
the
Hideaway.
Hideaway. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they
Yeah,
don't have a hot tub that's out for everybody for a common use instead
because
of
they want
just
it
the
to be more
pool.
intimate,
I think we should have two hot tubs.
but also because Fiji is a different climate.
I guess
Honestly, I think it's a climate reason.
maybe I can see that. Maybe.
Um, personally, but let's talk about our girls. First up, I would have loved if you put Meg and Megan on the same slide, but no, we have Meg and Shakira.
I just put them in the order they came in.
I know. But first into the villa, Meg and Shakira. Lana, what do you think of these girls?
Okay, off rip, just off the top, I thought Shakira was stunning. I was like, she's a
Mhm.
gorgeous girl. I like her energy. I like the energy that she brought coming into the villa. Meg, for me, it was something about her that I was just like, huh, huh,
Okay, interesting because I had the same initial reaction to Meg.
yeah.
I
It
was a
was
little bit
so
like,
huh.
oh,
I don't know what it was. It felt like she was giving a little like pulled back vibe, like she wasn't. I don't know. It was something about her stilted my reaction to her
uh-huh.
personally. And even throughout the episode, I don't know if I fully connected with her. I felt like she was a little,
Hmm.
like, a little, little snooty, if I will. If I want to say,
I see
I don't
that.
know. It was a little, like,
It felt a
above it
little,
all.
yeah, it felt a little like not. I'm gonna say this. I don't mean it negatively, but it sounded a little. She felt a little ego driven, just because, like, I felt it as nerves. And
Okay.
like
And it could be.
over the 4 days that we've seen Meg, I feel like if we were just doing this from the premiere alone, I think we would have a more negative opinion of Meg. But now
Mm,
that we've seen Meg over the 4 days in the villa, for me at least, I think it was just nerves, and I think she has settled comfortably into the villa. But I think it was just like the nervousness of the experience. And I think she was just trying to put on some airs, for lack of a better term, just to like hype herself up a little bit for the experience of the villa. That's what it seemed like for me. But I did get that initial impression from her as well.
I felt even throughout the rest of these four episodes, I feel like she's gotten settled, but I feel like she's gotten settled and even more air, putting on airs. Like I feel like she feels
Mhm.
entitled to what she has. And that's what I think. I feel like she gave me a sense of entitlement of like she is, like you said, ego driven. Like I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I do feel like she got more comfortable, but I still don't know if I connect with her a lot. I feel like she's giving me some type of vibe that I'm not really putting my finger on yet, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I will say off the bat, yeah, I agree with all those comments about Meg. I think Meg seems lovely. We'll talk about Meg and her couple because most of my comments are about Meg and her couple later.
Hmm. Hmm.
Shakira, I am literally obsessed with. Shakira is one of my favorite of the ladies in the villa.
Hmm.
She is personality down. She
Mm,
is giving me entertainment. She is giving me drama. She is giving me mess in the
mhm.
best way. She is giving, she is giving, period, for me.
Yeah.
And most of that has to do with what happens in the third and fourth
Yes.
episode. So I'm gonna put a pin in Shakira, but I really enjoy Shakira so far.
Mhm.
And stunning.
She's
Also,
gorgeous.
Meg has my favorite promo photo of any of the ladies,
I love her bathing
because
suit, I
I
will say.
her bathing suit is stunning. The cutouts are fucking stunning. Her hair is gorgeous. All of these women, Gorgina down. Like every
Mhm.
year they pick the like no
Baddies
no
here, baddies here,
baddies
baddies here, baddies
love.
there. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And speaking of baddies, I love these two so much. Sophie and
Baddies.
Alina.
Baddies, period.
Sophie, Mama Ma'am, Miss Sophie, I love this woman. I love this woman. I adore this woman. I have looked into her story since seeing her on this show. Her story is so emotional, Lana.
I can believe it.
If y'all have not looked into Miss Sophie's story, I highly recommend it. I think it is a goddamn disservice that she did not get more time in this villa. I know I'm skipping ahead. I'm so sorry. I think it is a goddamn disservice that she did not get more time in this villa because A, she is stunning. B, she is such a gorgeous woman inside and out. And I think she deserved more time in the villa to have more opportunity to talk on things that matter. Not that any of these other women don't, but I would have loved to hear more of Sophie's story. And I don't think Sophie got a fair at it.
I mean, here's the thing. I want to agree with you, but I have to push back a little bit because, yes, I believe she has a phenomenal story. She has a great uh thing. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. All of the things. This isn't the place just to be like, come and tell your story. This is the place where you have to come and find those connections. And unfortunately for her, that's life. You don't, your story is
She got
not going to
twist
get you.
fucked.
She got, yeah, I mean, honest connection to connections. And her connection, we'll talk about it later. We gonna be honest. It wasn't
We'll
that. It
talk about
wasn't
him.
we'll, we'll talk about it. But I
I'm mostly upset that she got twist fucked out of the game. And there was no reason for it.
mm, I don't even know if it was a twist. I just think I mean, yeah, I think
She got twist
well,
fucked out of the game, Lana.
see, here's the thing. I don't think so. I think I think it would have happened eventually anyway. Even if it wasn't a twist, even if it just happened to be a regular recoupling, it was just gonna happen anyway.
We'll put a pin
We'll,
in it and
we'll
talk
put a
about it
pin in it
later.
and we'll
Because
talk about it. I mean,
yes.
I understand what you're saying and I get it and I agree with that part of the aspect, but I think eventually well, we'll talk about it. Anyway,
I see,
Sophie and all, yes, they are
yeah.
great. Gorgeous, gorgeous women. I do love Sophie. I do love Alima. I like Alima. Um, I love Sophie.
Thank God Alima started doing something. Because I'ma be so Alima girl,
let's
you
let's
are
wait. We'll put a pin in it because we gotta wait. We gotta get into. We
but
already jumped
thank
ahead with this one, but thank
God
God.
Alima started doing something.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna leave it for now.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But these
What
let's focus on just the initial. These beautiful women are
yes.
gorgeous. Sophie came in looking. I love her swimsuit too, by the way. Alima,
Yes.
pink looks great on you, girl. But I do have a question, Alima, girl. I love you down on this because I always rocks with the black women on every show. Period. This I needed you to come in with some boho knotless. I need you to come with some boho knotless in here. Don't come in here with this because this is hard to maintain, especially in that South African heat.
Yeah.
And I love you down, but they doing you dirty in this picture. They doing you dirty in this edit because they you and I don't know if you don't know how to maintain. And because if you don't know how to maintain, they show ain't gonna have nobody else in there who know how to help you maintain.
I
Mm-mm. I need you to come with boho
need
knotless.
well no, I need another woman in the villa that can help her out
Help
or
her out
something.
because yes, I'm like you knew you was
I
coming
need
in
someone
here.
on production or another I need a bombshell to come
Another
in
sister come in
or
here who know how to do it.
somebody. She don't look
Oh,
bad by any
she
means.
don't
I'm not
look
going to
bad.
say too
She's
much cuz I'm
stunning.
white. But
Well, look, sis, from sister to sister, I get it and I understand it because baby, my hair looks a hot mess most of the time. But boho not some braids would have been just the best look for you coming in here. That's what we see it on US because the girlies know when you're going away for a few months at a time, and if I got time to be sitting there straight flat iron and curling and making sure our lace fronts is okay.
yeah,
We ain't got time for that. So, but you look stunning anyway,
of
girl. You look
course.
stunning
Yeah.
anyway. But next time when you go back for All Stars, think about some braids.
And I love another black Irish fabulous Black Irish Queen. Hello, thank
Period. I'm here
you.
for it. I'm here for it. And if y'all want to be mad at me for saying that, be mad at me. Come at me, bro. I can take it. But sister to sister, I can talk to her. And I don't.
Yeah,
If y'all don't agree with me, it is what it is. But okay,
she's stunning.
she's gorgeous. Love
Someone help Alima, please.
the headbands. The headbands ain't what's needed. But we move.
To Megan, not to be confused with Meg, because we have two Megans. This is
Mm-hmm.
Megan and Helena.
Mm-hmm. I off the rip, I think these are two again, the girls are bad. The girls are
Uh-huh.
baddies. All of them are baddies. They look stunning. All of them. It's I was going through the with them. I was like, oh, these are all good promo pictures of them.
Uh,
UK did them so much better than US did our promos. They did them. They did these so much better.
I mean, it's series 12. They know how to do this at this
They know
point.
how to do
Okay.
it, and they are doing it because these promos are great, and these girls are eating down. My initial reactions to both of them, I was like, "Eh, mad at them." I thought Helena was a little negative
Mm,
throughout. Like at the beginning, I was like, okay, I don't know if she's just trying to be downplay things, but she seems to come off a little negative about everything. Like, I don't like this. I don't like rugby players, but you pick a rugby player. I don't like this, but I like this. I don't like this, but I want you to be straight up honest and say what you like,
right.
and not be downplay everything. I felt like everything was such a downer for her, and then it was
I
like,
feel that. Yeah.
yeah, but I thought Megan was a delight.
Yeah, I like them both. I will say, Helena is currently my favorite girl in the villa.
Okay.
I fucking love Helena. I think she's so funny. I agree with you on first impression, though. She gave me a little bit of that same energy I was talking about with Meg on first impression. Was it just seemed a little defensive because of not knowing the situation and not
Mm-hmm.
knowing what was in store.
Mm-hmm.
I think now they both settled into the villa a little bit more, they're both a lot more comfortable with the experience. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how much experience either of them had with Love Island prior to being on the show. I don't know. But it for both of them, I felt it felt a little like inherently negative, but for me, it felt as though it was because of nerves and it was
Mm-hmm.
because of not knowing the situation at hand. Because I know I can be that way as well when it comes to new experiences and new situations I'm not familiar with. So I definitely resonated with both of them in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, love Megan. Love
Mm-hmm.
Megan. I think she's an absolute fucking delight. Um, Love Megan. I will talk more about Megan when it comes to her couple later.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Yeah.
mostly what I want to talk about with Megan. But
Okay.
we'll run through the boys as well here really quick, and then we'll talk about the twist. The
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat twist, which I
Right
love.
after. Right.
As well. But we have Connor and Dijon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Connor is fine, but Dijon. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really like them both
Mm-hmm.
equally.
Oh no, not equally for me. Not equally for me. Connor. Connor
It's
has Connor has a nice body. His face is okay, but Dijon.
oh, I mean Dijon is obviously very I have I unlike Helena,
Mm,
I have a very, very, very strong fondness for rugby boys. So for me, they are equal.
mm,
In a lot of
mm.
ways.
It.
There's a charm about Connor.
Mhm.
That it's honestly it's the gap in the teeth. I gotta be honest. Like
Yeah.
it's the sweetness about Connor that I really appreciate as well. But obviously, Dijon is drop dead fucking gorgeous. Like, hello.
See, here's the thing for me. Connor is cute in this picture. Like, picture alone,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, yes. But then seeing him live, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay,
You're
that's
cute,
fair.
cute. You're cute. Dijon in this picture is like, yes, yes. And then seeing him in person is like, oh my God, yes. He's so
Okay, that's fair. No, I see that
freaking
for sure.
hot. And
I see that for sure.
I'm too old to be looking at these babies like this. But oh my god, he is good. It's good.
Yeah, no,
They're
Dejan.
both good.
Well,
They're both
no.
good though.
Well, do you remember from his VT, Lana? He did say
Mm-hmm. Older
he had his
women.
comment about older women. So you are not
Mm-hmm.
out of pocket here. You are not
Mm-hmm.
out of pocket when it comes to Dejan.
He's good.
Yeah, no, they're both hot, period.
They're both hot, hot.
I
Yeah.
like them both as well in the villa. I'll say that
I
as
do
well.
too. Now I will say I do like them in the villa. I do like them in the villa. These 4 episodes, I was like, I don't have a problem with these two. So far,
No,
so
both
good.
of these boys,
So
really
far,
enjoy
so
them.
good. So far, so good.
Very much so. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot say the same equally about both of these two. Ben and Harry.
Okay. In this picture, Ben
Looks good. Yeah.
hot. In the villa, Ben
No.
hot. Hot. In the villa, he looks good. I'm like, okay. Do I like his personality in this villa? No.
No.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Harry, in this picture, cute.
Hot.
Hot.
In
In
the
life,
villa.
no.
Hot.
No.
There's
No.
there's this
It's
it's
a
the
charm about him, but
mischievousness.
no.
Yeah, it's the mischievousness, his smile. It's that like devilish smile. There's something about
He
Harry
does have a
that
twinkle in his eye that
it's that kind of, yeah, I agree with that.
but it
Um
scares me too. That twinkle in his eye scares me. Men with twinkle in the eyes, they scare me because they ain't
oh,
up to no
Harry's an
good.
issue.
He is up
Harry is an
to
issue.
but
But
Harry
it's fun
is
television.
I'm about to say this is the difference. Ben, I just don't like his personality on this
No,
show
I don't like
at
Ben at
all.
all.
Harry is trouble, but I like his kind of trouble.
Harry is the kind of trouble on Love Island that I want to watch.
Right.
Ben
Ben, not so
Ben is
much.
Ben is the kind of asshole I just don't want to watch.
He's the one I just want to get rid of. But he got a twinkle in his eye that I know is trouble.
Yeah.
He like Ace with the twinkle in his eye. I know
Honestly,
it's
yeah.
there, and it's like I don't. He is trouble. They are
Yeah.
both trouble, but I want to watch that kind
And
of trouble
he's
on my
the
TV.
oldest guy
He's
in
the
the villa. And that's what I
love.
kind of
I
love the
kind of love
most
that about
is
him.
that like, yeah, I love that he's the oldest guy in the villa at 30. How old?
30.
What
How
privilege? How
old?
old?
But
But I
trouble
love that, yeah.
nonetheless.
How
And he
old?
got the
Love it.
girls. He got the girlies looking and
Yeah.
chasing and running. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay. But yeah,
Love Pentagon. Jesus Christ. We'll talk about the Love Pentagon later.
yes, we'll talk about it.
And then we have Blue and Tommy.
Tommy's a sweetheart. Tommy's just a little sweetheart for right now for me. Um, I don't really know. I didn't really get a whole lot from him because we just didn't get a whole lot from him.
Okay.
But he seemed like a sweetheart to me.
Okay.
He seems very young, very innocent, very well, I don't think innocent is the word for him, but I think
No.
he seems very nice. Very nice. And I
Charming.
think yeah, very charming. Blue, I thought like this picture doesn't do him any justice because I thought this
No,
picture was like,
this is the worst of the promo photos, and that has nothing to
yeah,
do with Blue because Blue is actually really hot.
Blue is hot. I was like, oh
Yeah,
man, Blue's kind of hot. Blue's hot, but I feel like Blue is getting
a
caught up.
purple edit.
Yeah, very much, very
Like
much, very much.
he's
And he's
getting
not
under.
doing much.
No, he is the person now after 4 episodes that is doing the least.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said someone else after 3 episodes, but thank God someone got her shit in gear. We'll talk about it. Tommy right now is my favorite boy in the villa. I
Tommy's a sweetheart.
fucking love Tommy. I think he is so from moment 0.
Mm-hmm.
He walked into that villa and I said, "Yep." Like he just it's that Italian charm. Honestly. Like there is just something about that for me that is always going to do it. Like he's charming, he's personable, he's respectful. Like, there's just something about him that I just really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy him so far. I'm gonna put a pin in it, but I'll say for right now, I want Tommy to get tested right now.
Oh, oh, well,
I
all
want
right.
to see it happen
Yeah,
because I
it
want to
has
see
to.
how Tommy's gonna react to that.
Hmm.
That's what I want to see.
Yes, let's talk about the first twist that they threw at us this time around.
Yes, I love this twist where the boys, we just talked about them, but they're not even here yet.
No,
The
we didn't
ladies
see
walk
them.
in, Maya Jama walks in, hey Maya, hey girl. And the girls have to couple up based solely on a dating profile, basically. No
Mm-hmm.
photo.
Nope, nope.
It is just a dating profile with their name, their age, what they do, and a tagline. And I loved this.
I thought it was kind of interesting and very cute because what we say we like on paper is not usually what we like in real life. And
And I
so,
love that they did this twist in this way for that reason.
and because it showed both sides, because sometimes what we like on paper is what we like, and
Yep.
sometimes what we like on paper is nothing of the sort.
Nothing of the sort.
So I like this. I enjoyed the way they did it. I would love to see more of the franchises do this as the beginning for even both. Like I would have liked them to have the tagline for the girls and the guys to come in and pick to see which one they like to see if they match. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that would be so cute to see if that matches.
I would love the evolution of that. Love Island UK. Y'all can have this one. Just bring us for press next season. Thank you. Thank you. That's all we ask.
I will grab my passport so fast.
I will grab my passport, fly to South Africa gladly. We
Gladly.
would love to do some press, gal. But no, I think that I love that twist where you literally do two separate things,
Hmm.
have them in two separate areas, see
Yep.
if they match. And if they match, then they couple up. And if not, everyone's single to start. I actually think that's a gorgeous
Yes.
twist.
And then we have the first recoupling. It can everybody just start talking to everybody
I
because I
love that
enjoy
twist.
that. I love that. US, you can have that too if you wanted to. Just fly us out to Fiji for press.
I will take Fiji. I will take South Africa. I don't remember where they
Australia, I don't
filmed
know how they
Love Island
go.
Australia. I think it's South Africa, actually. I think they
Whatever
use the
y'all
same
are,
villa
baby.
as
Your king
UK.
K.
But hey,
Well,
and Love
I
Island
know.
AU is currently casting. So hey, all of y'all can have it. Just hey, we'd like
Fly us out.
to fly us out. We'll do press for y'all. We will
Hmm.
promote y'all, and we thank you for that. But no, I loved this twist. I think it was a lovely, lovely twist. But here are the couples that we ended up with as a result of the
Profile
dating
dates.
profiles. Meg and Dijon.
Again, there's something about the way she acted when he came out that I was kind of like, okay. She
On
seemed a little bit.
initial, I agree.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I was like, okay, let them cook,
Yep,
let them cook for a little while, and then we'll go
and they
from there.
have. And
Cooked.
I'm gonna
They
put a
cooked.
pin in my thoughts on them until later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was the whole 50-50 comment.
Mm-hmm. And he felt some type of way about it, and she had to quickly acknowledge that that
And
wasn't
I'm so glad. First conversation, she went, "Oh, let me clarify the 50-50 comment for you because it had nothing to do with you and it had everything to do with me." And
hmm
as soon as she clarified that, he was like, "Oh, cool.
I mean, he asked her about it, and she made sure she let him know exactly what it
Yeah."
was. And he was like, okay, cool. Then we're good. Because nobody wants to be 50-50 on nobody. I don't want to be coming to be 50-50 on
50-50 is
nobody.
such an overused term on Love Island too that I understand Dijon's hesitation,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand the way that Meg used it as well in her
Yeah,
case as well. Like
absolutely.
it made sense on both of their cases. So I was really happy to see the immediacy with which they both were like, "Yep, we're gonna just talk about it. Boom, done."
Right.
So what do you do? Like, I loved it.
Mhm. Right.
Loved every bit of it. So we've got Shakira and Ben.
Right. Initially, I thought this was good. initially I was like, okay, I think they have initial, they match, they look cute. Fine, sure. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Unfortunately, I still think they're good for now.
I mean,
Until someone better comes in the villa for Shakira.
I just think they're good. And this is initially when she picked him and he came out, they looked very
Yeah,
happy to have
yeah,
that she had chosen him, and she looked happy to choose him. And so I
yeah,
was like, okay, word.
yeah.
These
I
initial
agree.
couples, I had no problem with them,
Yeah.
except one. But yeah,
And yeah, Sophie and Harry,
I thought they
I thought they
fine.
were going to be fine.
I was like, okay, great. She's fine. He's fine. They look happy. He liked the woman in red. I was like, okay, cool, word.
Narrator, what they didn't know is that things would not be fine.
Uh,
This is the one that was
because,
not fine either.
but here's my thing. I think I'm about to do something I ain't never thought I would do in my entire life. I think Alima was wrong in this situation.
I agree. I agree with you completely.
I think Alima was dead wrong in this situation. I think Blue came in very nervous, like everybody else. He complimented everybody and complimented her because he complimented everybody because that's what you do when you walk into a room full of beautiful
Yep.
people who you're talking to. And I think Alima is a little bit um um spoiled. Um um
I she said it in her VT. So, you know what? We're going off of what she
she, she-
said
she's a little
in
bit
her
spoiled. She's a little
VT.
bit of princess, and she
And
expects
there's
everybody to.
nothing
Mm,
inherently wrong with that either.
I think it is because you can't. It's not about you, babes. The world does not revolve around you. I don't care who you are in this life. You will find out either the easy or the hard way. This world does not revolve around you, and sometimes you are not going to be the first person that gets the compliment in the room.
Mm.
And he did course correct very quickly when it was pointed out. When Maya was like, "Yeah, you, she, all the women are beautiful, but you're paired up with her." He was like, "Yeah, she's beautiful as well, for sure." Like he said that. So I'm like,
Yeah, I couldn't
"Hmm,
agree with you more. I am here to celebrate women's rights and women's wrongs, and I really, in this case, I like Alima really got off on the wrong foot here with Blue,
what's
and I
wrong?"
felt for Blue here.
I
I
did.
really felt for Blue. It sucked for Blue here.
And here's oh,
Um.
go ahead, finish because I got some more
Oh no,
stuff to say.
that was my finish. So go ahead.
Because here's the thing, y'all are out on this internet world in these Beyonce streets had me thinking something totally different that happened that was
Speak
well
on
that
it.
went
Speak
down
on it. Right, because I
because
thought the same thing.
I watched it after seeing some initial reactions from people, and everybody was like, "Oh, he did that Black Queen so dirty, and that was so foul. He looking all around and that. I'm not." That was so far from what I saw and so far from the reality of what we watched because she
Thank
was the
you.
one who was not letting him apologize, not letting him talk, and was like wanting to talk to get her point out instead of stopping talking to listen to what they had to say. And I was like, he didn't do her dirty at all. He literally walked into the room, he complimented everybody, realized he didn't just specifically count her out who picked him, so he course corrected, complimented her, and when they went to have their initial conversation, she just took it as you didn't talk to me. I don't like how
Exactly.
you talked to you complimented all the other girls and didn't say nothing to me, and then had to wait to be corrected by Maya to talk to me. And from that point, Blue was like, "Yeah, done." And I don't
And
blame him.
no, I don't blame him either. And I love that Love Island fans want to always uplift the Black Queen. I appreciate that
But
because
we gotta be real.
I agree. Not every fandom uplifts the Black Queen, and I appreciate us for uplifting the Black Queen. But in this case,
My Black Queen
Alima
was
did him
wrong.
dirty.
She was
Alima did
wrong.
him
She
dirty,
didn't give
and
him a
Blue deserved
chance.
better. She
She
did
didn't
not
even
give him
give
a
him a
chance.
chance. She didn't even get,
Not at all.
once he didn't say that off the rip, she cut him off in her mind. And she didn't give him a chance. And he was like, "You're not my type on paper." And there's nothing wrong with saying that somebody is not their type on paper, because that's usually how it is. But then they get
Yeah.
to know the person and realize, well, maybe my type on paper is not who I actually really want to be with.
Do you want to know
And
my theory? I think she saw him immediately and said, "Nope, I ain't into him,"
yep, she cut him
and
off.
just was like, "I'm good."
And that's
And
fine
hey,
too if that's your thing.
but the way she went about it could have been so much better than what she did,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
absolutely. I, like I said, I always support my black queens and my sisters out here in these
Same.
streets. But what I'm not gonna do is uplift them and not tell them when they're wrong either. I'm gonna hold you accountable. My girl, you
Yeah,
were wrong in that. But you made up for it in these 4 episodes, so it's all good.
indeed, indeed. Helena and Connor
I don't like
didn't turn
rugby
out.
players, but I like rugby players.
She don't like rugby players, and he don't like blondes, and somehow they ended up together. So work. That's
So
all I have to say. That's all that needs to be said,
it's so
honestly.
weird. It's
They
so
don't end up
weird.
together. They both end up in a different couple, so we move. Megan and Tommy. Oh, you have thoughts, don't you?
Hmm.
Oh, you have thoughts. Are you saving your thoughts?
I like Megan and Tommy. I
Okay.
think Megan is beautiful. I think Tommy's such a charmer. I think I like them. I like them individually.
Okay.
I don't know if I like them together. And I feel like Megan, girl, girl, come here. Let me hold your hand as I tell you this. I won't even hold a napkin in between. Let me hold your hand when I say this to you. Calm down. Relax.
Thank you.
This man is not going anywhere just yet.
No.
You just met him a day ago, and you are already stressing and worried that somebody else is gonna take your man. And he not even your man. He your couple. He not your man. He not your man, your man, your man, your man, your man. You are giving me Huda vibes and it's scaring me without the kids. Like, I don't want you to do that because you're beautiful and you got a lot of potential, and a lot of people will want to come into this villa and talk to you because you're gorgeous and you're stunning and all of that. And Tommy is nice and he's charming, everything. But remember, you are the prize, baby girl. You are the prize. Let him chase you, because you pulling that man top of some. Oh wait, wait. Oh no, no, no. I gotta kiss him. I gotta kiss him. For what? For what reason, Ron? Honey, I mean, if you wanted to kiss him just because you liked him, that's fine. Kiss him because you like him.
Mhm.
Don't kiss him because you're trying to secure the bag because you're nervous and you insecure and you
Yeah.
scared. And that was my issue with them. I feel like she's trying to put the clutches down too fast and too hard. And
Yeah.
I want her to open up a little bit, open up a little bit, let him breathe, let you breathe. Y'all get to know people. Because, man, when Tommy get
And
tested, I think that's
and
coming very soon, I'm to be honest.
and that's why, and that is exactly why I mentioned earlier. I adore this couple. They are one of my favorite couples right now. I need Tommy to get tested soon. I need a bombshell to walk in, and I need Tommy to actually get tested because I want to see. We've seen how Megan reacts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how Tommy reacts.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say they're
Mm-hmm.
my favorite couple, but that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dijon and Meg are actually my favorite couple.
Okay.
Um, but I really enjoy these two together. I
I,
really, really
I,
enjoy these two together.
I mean, I enjoy them. I'm nervous
I
I
am too.
need her to not be so closed off on day 2 or day 3. You know what I mean? Like,
And we're not seeing her fully closed off, and I appreciate that, but I agree
yes.
with you. Like,
Hmm.
these Islanders are moving like it's day 42 and it's day 4.
It's so much that happened in 4 days
Baby,
that
like
I
I like okay. overall commentary.
Mm-hmm.
It is, as a reminder, day 4.
Mm-hmm. Throughout this whole thing, we're going to get to 4 days. We're not even at the bombshell coming in yet, so we're not even at date. We're only still at date 1.
Oh, but I'm just going to go overall here for a
Right.
second.
Overall, 4.
But for a second,
Mm-hmm.
the number of makeouts I have seen in the first 4 days of this Love Island season. Now, y'all
Hello?
are going to have to let us know whether this is
Yes.
normal for UK. Because again, we are UK newbies.
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal? Because, like,
Wow.
what?
And if it is, power to the people. You know what I
I
mean?
was going to
So
say,
be
is
it.
the UK just hornier?
I mean, we have been called prudes over here in the US. So I get
Right.
it. We are a little guarded a little bit, and I get that. But and they seem to be a lot more freer in Europe. So I'm like, okay.
But not the UK. But not
Well,
the UK.
I think
That's
the
what
UK might be. I think look, the UK might be the closet freaks of the
no,
whole.
but I've heard no. Oh no, I've heard other countries are the closet freaks.
Oh no, the other countries just out and about freaks. They just freaks.
Oh no. I've heard there's one other country specifically that
Oh,
are
what's the other country that's fun? Well, we'll talk about that
Sweden.
tomorrow. No,
Sweden.
them freaks. Swedish people are freaks, baby.
No, they'll present as like the kind, nice,
They're
whatever,
nice,
whatever.
neutral. They
I've
present
watched
neutral,
no, because
but
I've watched a couple episodes of Love Island Sweden,
are they?
and
Are
they
they
get
not?
down.
No, no.
So
Oh.
that's where you know.
I think. Well,
No,
maybe they are a little bit of closet. But I think the UK might be
but y'all need
closeted
to let
freaks.
us know whether is the UK just horny?
I think so.
Is Love Island UK just horny? Because this is
Maybe.
what I was genuinely gagged, gooped, and betriveled by the number of makeouts we had in the first. Because like in the first couple of like we talked about the Megan and
Hmm.
Tommy situation. There's so many other couples that ended up happening. Blah 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 blah. Like it's wild, but.
Wild.
I guess we should just get to the first bombshell because obviously most of the other stuff happens with her involved.
Yeah.
So a new bombshell. I guess I don't need to do the accent. Actually, has entered the villa all the way from our neck of the woods.
Hi, Vegas girl.
Come on, Tony.
Tony said,
Yes,
American.
girl.
Tony said, American men who don't want them. Let me go find me a British man.
Hey, I love that
And I
we've got
don't.
the crossover. We've got a
It's
British
about
guy.
time.
We've got a British guy over here being furniture, on Love Island USA. Finally doing something in this episode we'll talk about later today. Barely. But, ma'am, Miss Tony. And I know this is where we're going to disagree. She is my favorite person in the villa right now. I am fucking obsessed with her. I knew this is where we would disagree. I am absolutely obsessed with Tony. I love every single thing she is doing. She is playing Love Island, and I fucking live for it. I love her. I love her.
She's definitely playing Love Island. I will give her that. But I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed for this
Okay.
reason. And this has nothing to do with Tony per se. I'm annoyed because this is the first American person on Love Island UK.
Yeah.
And we got some baddies here in the US. We got some baddies. We got some baddies in the US. We got some bad. Y'all picked a basic one to go represent us for the
Y'all
first
picked
time.
a white girl from Connecticut.
Connecticut. You picked the most basic chick to go over there to represent the US when we got some baddies in the US. She alright.
Okay.
I ain't saying nothing wrong with the girl, but she's Connecticut.
Pretty.
And she alright. She alright. But like that's the pick of the litter, but
okay, I see what you mean. I understand. I understand what you mean. I just think she's bringing entertainment down. I am already prepared. I want her on every American reality TV show. I want her on Traitors. I want her on Big Brother. I want her on every. Like, I I'm obsessed with her already.
I'm not even obsessed with her. I think she came off to me kind of rude, to be honest. I felt like
I
she was
think
not
that's
the represent.
fair.
I don't think she came
I
out as the best representation for the United for us over here on the first season of the UK, where we are absolutely we can go over there. And now she come. I just don't find her as entertaining as you do,
okay.
but I just find her fine. I think she is playing Love Island. I was like I said, I will give her that she is playing Love Island like Love Island should be played. I just find her a bit rude and condescending. And it's like, girl, number one, we are visitors in their house. I may need you to act accordingly. Get yourself together. Have some decorum and be a little bit demure and have some decorum about yourself. But you coming off a little bit more. So I feel like she gonna come off and it's gonna give that. And this is why we don't have Americans on our show. Like I feel like that's going to be the
Mm,
reaction that we're going to get from her because she's just coming off a tad bit rude, a tad bit annoying, a little bit over the top that it doesn't need to be right now. Not
sure.
on day two of you being in the villa. Like,
Okay.
but
Fair.
I will say she is playing this game. I don't think she's done anything wrong. And I think she just got mixed up with someone who just isn't going to be likable, who's not a likable
Right.
person anyway.
Right.
So some of that is not her fault, but
Yeah.
some of it is. And so I
Sure.
think she's going to do fine in this season. I think she's going to do fine. I'm going to give her a few more episodes. Like next week, I'll watch next week and we'll see, you know,
That's fair. That's
how
fair.
I feel about her. But right now, my initial, I was just like, I'm not impressed.
Here's where I'm coming at it, because I'm coming at it from someone that also watches a lot more British reality TV than you do, Lana. I think Tony coming in is such a stark contrast from anyone I've seen on any other British reality TV that I think it's so sickening that they brought someone like Tony in. Because she's playing the game in a way that British reality TV fans are not used to, especially British Love Island fans are not used to. I appreciate Love Island for completely shaking up the game in this way. Tony, in this way, is a twist in herself. Like, just the way she has come in and just completely shaken up the villa in this way, I just think she's sickening. I think she's there. She knows what she wants. Is she a little direct? Yes. Did she come off a little bit rude on the first night? Yes, I agree with that completely. But I think the way she's moving in the villa is so intriguing to me that I just want to keep watching more. I'm a big fan of Tony. Now, do I
Mhm.
think she's going to make it far? No, because I think she is. I haven't seen the fan reaction to her from like the UK public side of things. I don't feel like the fan, and this is me not knowing anything about it, I don't feel like the fan reception is going to be very positive towards Tony based on what I know of the UK fan reaction to other reality TV players like Tony. They don't tend to like game players. I don't get it. I
Mhm.
will never understand it, but that's what y'all do over there. So be it. But I'm obsessed with Tony. I think she's so fun. But I agree with you. I think she got mixed up in an interesting situation where she had to come in immediately without literally
Nothing.
talking to
She didn't
anybody
talk to nobody.
and steal someone's man. And she picks Ben.
He's hot.
Sure.
He's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, did you have
Would have been
another
my
slide?
choice, but
Wouldn't have been my choice either. Did you have another slide after this, Lana?
yes, because we have to show who's single.
Okay, good. I just making sure. Thank you. So
You're
yes,
welcome.
now single is Shakira. So
Mhm.
this is where we find
Recap
out.
that. Let's
Yes. Now
recap
this.
that.
So yes, Shakira is now single. Tony is now with Ben, and we find out that Shakira now has 24 hours
Mhm.
to find a man. And
Another
if she
twist
don't
on
find a
twist.
man, she's going home. And if she finds a man, someone else is going home.
Mhm.
Why are we sending a woman home on night 2? Period.
I don't understand this.
That
Because
is That is my biggest frustration with this twist.
Yeah, I get it. I don't like that twist. I don't appreciate this twist at all. I think having someone, oh, somebody, anybody, I don't want anybody to go home this early because for what reason?
No.
They'd have no chance to do anything. They have no chance to make no connections to anybody. But like, why? Why are we doing that? And then we see the like when we saw the couples talking before the bombshell got in and
Yeah.
whatever, we saw all these conversations that we saw that I don't know what the edit we didn't see. All the conversations we saw were very small, minute conversations, and you know, not a whole lot of nothing. Like, we
Right.
saw the conversations with Blue and Alima where didn't go much. We saw Connor and Helena talk, and they were just like, "I don't like blondes. I don't like rugby players. This is so interesting. How do we end up together? Ha ha ha. Okay, talk to you later. Bye." Like, those are the kind of conversations we got from everybody. We saw Sophie and Harry talk about her being an author and her, being a motivational speaker. How she
Hmm.
got in a burn situation. She was in a burn accident, a fire accident, and she got burned, and how she recovered and all this other stuff. And Harry was just sitting there like, that is very interesting. That's a lot that's a lot. She's great. She seems nice. She seems nice. But it's day one. And they didn't really have a time to do much of anything. We didn't see a lot of conversations happen between them or anybody, and everything was very surface level. So I'm like, how did we now come in day two and say, this girl's coming taking somebody, and this girl has till tomorrow to take somebody else?
And then what we end up seeing as a result is Shakira, unfortunately, and I felt for Shakira here, Shakira having to go around and have surface level conversations with
With
every man in the
everybody.
villa trying to find a man. And
Because Ben is cut off now. She can't go back to
yeah,
Ben. She can't take Ben from uh Tony. She can only use the other four guys that's out there. And so now she looks, well, as they say, she has to grift and go around and
grafting.
she's
Oh
grafting.
God.
She's
Drink every time they said graft in
I
this
won't have
in these.
anything to drink after that.
No.
They was grafting and grifting all over the place. And so she got to go and talk to everybody about who knows the what, but like it just
It
seems so fast and unnecessary.
I would have liked this twist had they done it like a few days in or like a week
Hmm.
in. I think this twist on paper, I love this twist on paper. I think this is very fun. I like that they're doing different things. I really appreciate over these 4 days, we're doing different things on Love Island. We're shaking up the Love Island format. I
Hmm.
really, really appreciate the Love
Yep.
Island producers for doing something different. And that's like blanket statement. Love that. Not everything is going to land,
Mm-mm.
but I at least appreciate that they're doing things different. As a
Hmm.
result, unfortunately, I think we lost someone that really could have valued a bit more time in the villa to maybe get a connection, especially if you're going to bring in two more bombshells the next day. It
Right.
just felt a little superfluous to do this at this moment when you
Hmm.
could have saved this twist, especially when you had a twist day one. Why do we need a twist day two? Just bring Tony in, let Tony be a bombshell, or
Let
bring in
her.
all three of the bombshells together. Like I don't, and then let all of them be in, do a thing, and then save this. Like because I really like this twist,
Hmm.
but unfortunately, what we're left with is Shakira looking desperate, and I don't like that look for her because I like her.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
sucked for her. It sucked for all the women. It sucked for all the guys. Because then all of the men are being pulled left, right, and center by Shakira. All of the women, except for Tony, are, at risk of being dumped here, including Shakira. And now Tony's over here trying not to gloat over the fact that she's safe, but also trying to be like, okay, I've got one day to be safe. I can kind of go around and also explore my connections and try to capitalize on it. And I love that she did.
I did too. What I did love about this twist for Shakira is that we got to see her move. We got to see how she moves in this villa. We saw her talking to people. We got to know her more than we got to know anybody else. And so for that, I appreciated it because I enjoyed Shakira in these episodes. I enjoyed seeing her move. I saw the connections that she made. I wish she was a little bit more consistent in her movements, but I liked her. And I felt like, okay, okay, this girl right here, she's doing her thing. I'm not mad at her. And she actually really did a good job when she was had to go talk to everybody. Like she did the doggone thing when she was like, I need to make sure I can stay in this villa because I
Mhm.
want to be here. So she made sure she put herself completely out there, which I think if it was anybody else, or maybe if it was one or two other people in that villa who had this option to do that, they wouldn't have been able to adapt and put themselves
No.
completely out there because they would have closed up. So
Shakira was the right
she was the
person for
right
this
choice.
twist. Yeah.
Absolutely, she was the right one for this.
There's one or two of these girls that would have gone home on this twist.
Yep.
Shakira was the right girl for this twist. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that, and ultimately, like, I don't really have much else to say about Shakira's grafting, honestly.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I think she did a
I
good
think
job.
she did a damn good job with, the time constraint she was given. I think she did a phenomenal job, all things considered. Um, she ultimately gets. We come back to the fire pit. We got Maya Jama.
24 hours is up. Love
24
when she
hours is
said.
up.
Love when she said
If
that.
any of the guys are interested in coupling up with Shakira, stand up.
the three
Three
who
guys stand up.
the three who stood up was the three who I knew would stand up. I
Yeah,
knew it with my whole heart, and so I was
it
like,
was
Connor standing up,
Connor,
Harry standing up,
Harry,
and Blue was standing up.
and Blue. Yeah. Not
I
surprised
knew
by
it.
any of those. Those
Me
were the
either.
conversations that went the best on Shakira's end. And Miss Shakira was shook. Miss Shakira did not expect to have to make a choice, period. She just wanted to be in the villa.
Right.
She was like, I just want to be in a couple and not be dumped. And we see her going through the struggle here because she's like, the person I actually want to be in a couple with is coupled with someone I really like and I'm friends with.
Right. I
So
don't want to hurt her. And Maya was like, you got to put that all that aside because you got to think about why you're here,
yeah.
and not and all that other stuff will work itself out. She was like, I know, but this is
It's
so
just a
scary.
shit twist to do.
Yeah, too early. Too early to do
Too
it.
early. But
Good
also,
twist,
why
just too
eliminate
early.
her? There's no need to eliminate
Yeah,
her.
she didn't need to be eliminated, but the new couple she ended up picking was
She did pick
Harry,
Harry. It makes sense
which
completely.
yeah, which meant that Sophie was.
There was no reason for her to get dumped here.
There was no reason.
There was
There was
no
no reason.
reason for Sophie to get dumped here.
Because honestly, if you because they brought in two new bombshells at the end of the next
Exactly.
day. And I'm like,
The
you could have
next day.
they could have just made her vulnerable and was like, but we got a treat for you. These bombshells coming. Like they could have brought the bombshells in at the end of that recoupling
I
and
would have loved.
and it would have been like, okay, now here we go. And that would have been it. Like she did not need to go. I think it was just way too early for the dumping to happen, in my personal opinion. I don't know
I
if
agree.
the UK always do it like this and have a dumping this early, but this was so unnecessary. And she was I really wanted to see more from her. I really did. She was so sweet. But and I hate seeing Shakira and Harry actually going through like how like how sad it was. Like Harry knew he wanted to stand up because they didn't have a connection. Their connection
No.
wasn't strong. Like it
And
wasn't.
Sophie understood it too. That's the thing that
Right.
kills me. Like all three of them understood the situation that they were in. It's just a shit situation that production didn't need to put anyone through in that scenario. Sophie was robbed.
Robbed. I will say. I think
Robbed.
but like I said, even if it didn't happen like this, it would have happened in the recoupling. If gosh, why did her name just leave my head that much?
Shakira.
She yeah, Shakira. If Shakira didn't pick Harry,
Shakira.
I don't know why it just left my head. If Shakira didn't pick Harry in this situation, she would have
Yeah.
the recoupling would have happened and they wouldn't have ended up together
Well,
anyway.
the recoupling would have happened
It would
had
have
Sophie
happened,
not
but
gotten dumped, and she would still be here because she would have
she would have picked
found
boy.
to
She
pick
would
a
have had a boy.
man.
She would have picked a boy. She would have picked a man. So Harry probably would have been gone, but well, maybe not because
I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. Bring
Yeah.
Sophie back for Casa, and I thank you.
They, yeah, they,
There
they
are a
do that
lot
a
of
lot.
people. There
They do
are a
that a
lot of
lot.
people online that are talking about that are saying that they should bring Sophie back for
They
Casa.
should bring her back for Casa.
I
If they do
agree.
that thing, if they do that thing where they do bring people back from Casa, I say do it.
I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. So,
Yeah.
well, now we've got couples settled
Mm-hmm.
into being couples,
Mm-hmm.
except for Tony and Ben,
Mm.
who are feeling the ick.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Ben don't want to tell Tony that he's feeling the ick. He just wants to tell everybody else around Tony that he's feeling the ick towards Tony because Tony made a comment that not everything was about Ben. That is quite literally what she said, practically verbatim.
Because some I think it was can't remember who said it, but they were like, oh, well, now it's going to be the girls starting. The boys have to are in trouble. Y'all got to step it up or
Yep.
something. The boys, and Ben was like, who, me? Why am I in trouble? And Tony was like, she
You're
wasn't saying
not.
you. She said general, in general, boys. Not everything is about you. And he literally got up mad, huffed off, and stormed off. And I was like, what is your problem?
Because
He's a man child.
he is a man child.
He's a man child.
He is a man child.
He's completely a man child. I will give up. It's the
I am
symptoms, the
tired of this man
signs.
already. I am tired of this man already. Get this man off my screen. Shakira, run away. Shakira, run away. Shakira. Shakira, run. Run. Da, 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 da. Run. Run away. Wee woo, wee woo. I've brought it back to the UK, baby. Well, South Africa. I brought it back to South Africa, baby. Run away, Shakira. And
I feel like it was in that moment for me. I was like, okay, no, I don't really rocks with him. But then to see this man literally only want Shakira after she picks Harry, and it says she's happy in her couple with Harry is now when he wants her. Because if we recall in the beginning, when Maya asked about them and how they feel about each other, we're not really no, we attracted to each other, but we not he ain't now wanna we not beefing. They not together.
uh-huh.
Like they wasn't on the same page the whole time. And
Uh-huh.
then when Tony picked him, he was happily running over to Tony, like great,
Uh-huh.
and he ain't want to do with her no more, Shakira no more. And then now that him and Tony got beef, now he wants Shakira again. And if I was Shakira, I would have been like, baby, baby, no. Because once you show me who you are, I believe you. And so I'm not going to run back. We're not going to spin the block for what reason? But whatever.
It,
Um,
I love that he's going around in the kitchen just saying, "Oh, she gives me the ick. She gives me the ick." I love Shakira, a
mm-hmm,
girl's girl.
mm-hmm.
Immediately goes to Tony and goes, "Yeah,
He
you should
said,
have a chat. You need
mm-mm,
to have a chat with Ben and just kill it." And that's exactly what she does. Love
mm-hmm.
Tony. Love Tony
I
for
agree
this.
with her. Look, one thing about it, she is not gonna hold on to nothing for no reason, and she wrapped that up real quick. She was like, "You give me, stop telling everybody I give you the ick and tell me." He was like, "Okay, you give me the ick." She was like,
The
"Good, because you give me
way
the ick."
her replies were she was just like, "Good luck, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that." Everything to me.
I loved it.
Entertainment gold to me. I
I love that moment for her. I did. I love that moment for her. I was
love
like,
that moment
work,
for her.
work.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes on between the Sophie dumping for no reason and the bombshells.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, all this crazy stuff in between that happened.
I honestly think we just need to talk about the bombshells because
Well, no,
all of
because
the Well, because the love pentagon kind of goes through the whole thing, Lana. That's where I'm thinking of right now.
Well, you hosting, you do it.
Because I'm just thinking because that becomes the dominant storyline of the rest of the fucking episodes. So, I guess, yeah. So, we do get 2 new bombshells enter the villa. In Ramel and Shay. Thank you.
Love Island USA, I need y'all to take notes. This is what we mean when we ask for bombshells. This is what we mean when we ask for men bombshells. Because this right here is correct. This right
These are
here,
men.
these are right. These are right. They are correct. Like, I want a bombshell when they come in. I'm like, ooh, ooh. And the bombshells you gave us were like, when they walked in, I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. But I want to be like, oh, I want to gasp and be blown away. And I gasped. I gasped when
I
these
did too.
walked in. I was like, oh,
Both of them.
oh. 'Cause I got fooled online. I saw them online and I thought they were USA bombshells. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
And I
I'm
was like,
so
oh
sorry.
no. I was like, oh no, those are UK bombshells. But
But
good
hey,
for
guess
them.
what?
I'm
UK
walking home.
bombshells!
Yay. Good for them. Because they ate. Mm-hmm.
Because one of them came in and swept up our girl, and I said, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, no, both of them are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fine as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, bombshells. They came in looking hot.
Love them both. Love them
They look
both. I
great.
think they're
They
both
look great.
great
They both
bombshell
great.
energy. Great. They're both great.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, God. Okay. Yeah, I think we got to just get the love pentagon out of the way, Lana.
Please.
So,
please.
love pentagon. We got involved in the love because Tony took herself. Otherwise, it would have been a love hexagon. Tony took herself out of the love hexagon. That would have happened. So we got our love pentagon going on between Shakira, Helena, Harry, Ben, and Blue. I was like, oh, what's his name? Blue. Getting out of his purple edit because he de-purpled himself. He went back to blue. He got rid of the red in his purple, and now he's blue again. This whole situation
messy AF.
Messy as fuck, and this is why I watch Love Island, for straight people to be messy. I love every bit of it. So obviously at this point, Tony's coupled with Ben. They're not doing anything. Shakira is coupled up with Harry. They were going pretty good for a while.
Yeah, they liked it.
They were going pretty strong. Obviously Helena at this point is coupled up with Connor. They're not at all feeling each other, but now I do love, on the offshoot of this, that Connor has now started showing interest in Tony. I love these two together, and we'll talk about them more later, but I love these two together. But because Helena is now kind of exploring her options, she has now taken a bit more of a vested interest in Harry. So she starts chatting with Harry a little bit more. There's very clear sexual energy between these two. It is palpable. Like, damn. Even I was a little turned on a little bit hearing like a couple of their first conversations. I was like, oh, damn, okay. Work, bitch. You better work, Helena. So it's mostly like throughout episode 2 into 3, it's mostly Helena, Harry, Shakira. And that's it is a triangle for most of that time period. At one point so Harry and Shakira are going very strong. they kiss. They're having some like really really good conversations, and I was like, oh good, like they're having, because I did like them together.
Mm-hmm,
I will
mm-hmm,
say my preference on the matter, honestly, is I actually do prefer Harry and Helena together. If I'm being honest, I don't know about
mm-hmm.
you, Lana. I actually really like that dynamic a little bit more than I did Harry and Shakira, but I did like both of those dynamics very well. Um, but I was like, oh, I like these conversations that are happening with Harry and Shakira. I really like their energy together. I thought, the vibes were really, really good. But as Harry is having more conversations with Helena, they go off into the like swing hot tub area. I don't know what it's called necessarily. So I'm going to call it the swing hot tub area. Because that's not a complex name at all. And they're talking about the hideaway
Mm-hmm.
and how it's like kind of just available whenever this season, which again, UK fans, let us know. Is that a new thing? Is that like a normal thing? Because that ain't a normal thing over on US. So let us know.
Mm-mm.
Is that a new thing?
You
Can
can't
like,
just walk up
because
in
we
no
know that like
hideaway.
the open areas are open for people. Like over here in the US, like Soul Tides is open. If anyone, like we just saw it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it later today. Like that's open for people to go sleep in. Like the day beds are open overnight if people want to go sleep in them, no problem. But our
Is
hideaway isn't
hideaway?
normally open. So,
Mm-mm.
confusion on that regard, some clarification would be great. But Helena makes a joke to Harry, like, oh, wait 5 minutes after everyone goes to sleep and we'll sneak out and go to the hideaway. And until we get them going to sleep that night, I still couldn't tell whether it was a full-on joke or not.
Right.
Because then Harry goes back to Shakira
Mm-hmm.
and tells her about the joke.
Right.
So the whole time I'm like,
I mean, but
okay.
that's why I wasn't buying the excuses that they came up with later on. That's because I'm like, what do you mean you didn't have time to tell her anything? Because he had plenty of time to go back and tell her about the joke. So if it wasn't a joke, then you would have been able to
But,
tell her about it. And then you're like, well, we didn't have time to tell you about it. Yes, you did. You had plenty of time to tell her
but,
about it, but you chose not to. But
but,
you tell her about it, and but then you say it's a joke. Y'all weren't serious about it. Like we was just talking.
but then also, you told her about it.
But you told her about it.
So, like, love Shakira down. But he told you about it, Diva. She
But
has
then
every
you
right to be mad. She has every
he
right to be
told
upset
her
and mad
about
at
it, but
him.
then made it look like, but they were just joking. Like this was not a serious conversation that
Uh-huh.
happened. So there, in her mind, I was like, oh, they just joking around. But then
Uh-huh.
when you actually go and do it, then the joke is no longer a joke. And if you had time to tell me it was a joke, you had time to tell me it was not a joke, and you meant that
Yes.
thing. But the fact of the matter is, it was a joke up until he found out that Shakira was also talking off in the corner with Blue, who
Blue.
then decided he was going to kiss Shakira not once,
Un
but twice.
unprovoked.
I mean, he talked to her and he was like, I was saving her. She's like, we didn't get to kiss in
Yeah.
this challenge thing or situation. I was saving it for now. So he kissed her. He was shooting his shot and she didn't stop him. She didn't
And
stop
she
him.
did
She
kiss
didn't
him
pull
back.
back. And she kissed him back. It wasn't like she was like, "Mm-mm, no, no, no." She kissed
And
him
that's
back.
the thing. That's the problem that I have with Shakira here, is that she is
Yes.
not acknowledging to anyone that
Right.
she kissed him back.
And for the second time, like you kissed him twice. He kissed you.
Girly pop.
Yes, he leaned in and he initiated the kiss.
Uh-huh.
But you surely did kiss him back,
You
Miss Mamas.
certainly did, Miss Mama.
And
You absolutely
so
did.
if you go kiss him back and you go and that was this was my problem. And like you said, this is the only issue I had with Sierra Shakira, this whole entire
Shakira.
these episodes was because she was not taking accountability to what she
Yes,
did. And I'm like,
I agree.
girl, don't make it look like Blue is the only one chasing you around because you did not stop him from chasing you and you didn't stop the kiss. If you didn't want to kiss him, you could have been like, that was no, we don't need to do that again because I'm
Like,
not feeling you like that. And I understand you not wanting to tell somebody you're not feeling like that right away in that situation. But then you wait until the next day, and after you talk
yeah.
to Harry and he found out from the grapevine because you didn't tell him right away, he
Yeah.
finds out through the grapevine that
He
you kissed
finds out
Blue.
because he goes immediately afterwards, goes and tells a whole group of people. And then Dijon is the person that comes over because
Mm-hmm.
Dijon's a little messy like that. I
He
live
is
for
a messy
him
boot.
like
Still a
this.
little messy boot.
He's
Still a messy
a
boot.
little messy, but I live for Dijon. I love Dijon so much. He's like, can you believe?
Can you believe that?
Can you believe what happened?
What you say? I don't know what it is about me, but I love seeing messy men sit up there. So, can you believe
Can
she
you believe?
did that? Can you believe she can?
Can you believe Shakira kissed his not once
That
but
one
twice?
twice, baby. I live to see straight men doing that. Cause see, I know my gossipy gays. We love that because the girls
Hey.
and the gays, we gossip
Oh,
all
of
the time.
course. The girls,
Love
gays, and
that.
theys will do all of the
We
gossiping.
will do all
When
the
it's the
gossip.
straight
When it's the
men,
straight men doing it, it tickles my whole heart. I'm like, wait a minute, not you getting involved in our gossip. Wait a minute, you ain't supposed to
I
be here.
lived for
I
it.
live for it.
I
But
lived
yeah,
for
he
it.
was so good.
I
I'm sorry.
need more messy Dijon.
That was so funny to me.
Keep your couple
Hmm.
clean, safe, secure, because I love him with Meg.
Hmm.
But you could go be messy in other people's couples. Stir the pot, Dijon. I ain't mad at it. I ain't
I
too bad. Just a little bit here and
just a little
there.
bit. Yeah, I don't
Just
want
a
you to
little
turn in.
bit.
Don't turn into the gossip you do. Don't turn into Kendall.
No.
Please don't turn into
No.
Kendall.
No. Don't turn into Casey from
Don't
All
turn into.
Stars.
Don't turn into Ace
That part.
from this
I'm
season
trying to
of
make the
US.
UK comparisons too.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna
yes.
do all that, but yeah, don't do that. But just give me a little
But
bit
no,
at a time. I
I
live
live
for a little
but
bit.
I live
I
for
live
it.
for a
But I
little
live
bit
for it.
of gossiping from the men, from
Just a
the
little
straight
bit.
men.
But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes, so now Blue's involved. So we've got the square.
But
And
but
then
then,
Shakira's ass can't stand to not go back to Ben.
pissing me off, girl. Because I'm like, girl, you's the one talking about some how he is not this and how he is not that, and he ain't what you ain't what. Oh, well, why? And here's the thing. I get it. I get it. As much as I hate to get it, I get it. Because Ben is applying the pressure. And when that's what
Yes.
we girls like. We like when the men actually
Yeah.
apply the pressure. And if you're going to apply the pressure, it means you actually care and you actually like me enough to apply said pressure. So I get
Yeah.
it. Do I like it? No. But I get it,
No.
girly. Girly, I get it. And I understand. He's hot still. So I get
Oh.
that too.
Yeah.
Get that too. But what I don't, I, I didn't like this whole back and forth between Harry and Shakira because Harry thinks that Shakira only kissed, um, that Harry thinks Shakira thinks that he kissed Helena because she kissed
Blue
Blue.
kissed because Blue kissed Shakira and then Shakira kissed Blue back. But what Shakira doesn't realize is that Harry kissed Helena because Harry is stringing Helena along, but in reality, Harry
Harry
has a
likes them.
better connection with Shakira, but now Shakira has cut him off, even though Harry seems to think now that eventually Shakira will circle back to him, which I actually agree with.
Now
I think
Just circle the
Shakira
block.
will double back at some point, which
'Cause I feel
sucks
like
for
she's
my
a
girl
circle.
Helena, because I really like Helena and I like her and Harry together.
But here's the thing. One thing about Harry, what pissed me off, Harry, you are projecting because you talking about
Yeah.
you think Shakira kissed Blue. Oh no, you did the reaction. Shakira kissed Blue, so now you go jump into the hideaway with Helena. That ain't you only did that because Shakira kissed Blue. You weren't if you because at first it was a joke. It was a joke. This wasn't happening. It was a joke. But because
Yeah.
you found out that Blue kissed Shakira, now it's no longer a joke, and you go sneak out the bed and go
Yeah.
run in the bed with Helena, and then act surprised when Shakira said, "We cut off. We're not doing nothing. It's not me and you." And you like, "We have unfinished business." Hello. What? No, your unfinished business is with Helena over there, who you just got out the bed with and came prancing out the hideaway like they invited y'all in there. But y'all ain't no
Right.
invites needed,
Like y'all
so
been a couple for 3 weeks and I got
right.
attacked. And she
Hello.
walked in her best lingerie set and y'all just had the best 3 seconds of sex of your entire life. No, baby, that's not the
That's
case.
not what happened. Y'all got out the bed with your partners in the middle of the night, sneaking into a hideaway like two little horny teenagers. And y'all want to know, you want to act surprised when Shakira's like, "Yeah, we're done, buddy. We're good.
And
I'm
might
good."
I remind everyone at home, it's day 4.
Four. Four. We're only on day 4, and we got people sneaking in hideaways.
And
Couples is
this
switching and twisting. It's
And
crazy.
this is why we've decided to cover this season because it's going to be a disaster.
It's gonna
And
be
I can't
bonkers.
wait.
Bonkers. Like, wow, what do you mean? Oh, and then Jesus Christ. Then we got Shakira running the Blue the next day talking about some. I don't know if you took what we did. I don't want to lead you on and trick, lead.
Baby, the
What?
fuck?
What? What do you
Where?
mean? Like, Blue has been done dirty in this
I
villa
feel
thus
so.
far.
I
If they send him
feel.
home right now,
Put a pin in it. We'll talk about it. I'm gonna
oh,
be so. Mm.
it's just wild to me. I just feel like this is ridiculous. This is so dumb. Like, you didn't like that man, and you talk about some he kissed you, you didn't kiss him, but you didn't stop the kiss, and now you don't want to lead him on because you don't feel that way towards him. Even though you said you had this strong sexual chemistry with Blue. Blue was the one who you felt the most connected to up until now. It's like, well, now I've talked to Harry and I liked him, but no longer do I want to be with him. And then I talked to Ben and I like him. I didn't like him now, and then I did like him, and now I like him again. And it's like, okay, girl.
I'm gonna say something that we've said about one of our faves over on Love Island USA. Shakira's man ain't in this villa right now.
I
Shakira's
believe
man ain't in this villa right now.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And if he, I don't think so. I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so at
I don't
all.
think so. It's just so wild to me. I feel like she played this back half of these 4 days so messy. The front part of the first couple days, I was Team Shakira. The last part of these 2 days, I'm like, girl,
I'm still Team
I'm
Shakira for
gonna
the
I'm gonna
mess.
hold you on the roster. I'm like she on the bubble for me on my roster. I don't know if I'm gonna have her on my roster, but she on the bubble. But that was just
Ugh.
crazy, and I'm like, what is going on? And you know who chilling? Dejan and Meg. You know who else
Dijon and
chilling? Tommy and
Meg,
Megan. They
Tommy and
chilling.
Megan. The
They
Megans
chilling.
off
The
doing their thing
Megans
with their men.
chilling. Everybody
You know who
else
else is chilling
shambles.
now? Connor and Tony.
I mean, but before shambles, they was in shambles too. All of them was in because in with this hectagon situation, they were included too. So it was more like a whatever.
But yeah, you know who's off? You know who's off chilling? The Megans and their men, and that's all that matters for me.
It's just like, what is happening? It was wild behavior. It
And
was just wild.
I'm invested now. I'm
It took me to
invested now.
these last three episodes 3 and 4 got me because 1 and 2
Yeah,
I would have walked away. That was just it for me. But 3 and 4 hooked
I'm
me.
in now.
Hook,
Yeah.
line, sinker.
So episode 4 is basically just the recoupling,
Yes.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I say we just talk about. I didn't have anything else major, so let's just talk
Me
about the
neither.
recoupling then. We could talk about the
Oh,
bits and pieces we didn't talk about with our couples otherwise, but you have
oh
some. You wanna
yeah.
bring
Go
some?
ahead. Go ahead. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll talk
I
about
was
the
gonna
bits and
say,
pieces of
yeah,
the
we've
couple.
got bits and pieces to talk about with the couples that we haven't talked about yet. Specifically, the main one being the first couple up, and that is Alima and Ramel.
I'm happy that they're coupled up.
So thrilled for these two.
Happy that they coupled up. You know me, I love black love. But
Yes.
Ramel, come to the front. Come to the front. Let me, and I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin when I say this. In between,
Oh.
a napkin in between when I say this. Baby, don't you come on no Love Island show ever again and tell nobody, no woman that you just met that you slept with 5 women in one day. Don't you ever in your life.
Ah!
Don't you ever in your life. Don't you ever in your life or the next lifetime come on nobody's television
Ah.
show and on a dating show at that, and you tell a woman that you just met, or women that you just met that you had sex with 5 women at one time. Don't, or 5 women in one day. Don't you ever. Because and that is why the napkin is in between us, because I don't even want to hold your hand right
Hey,
now. I
that's
don't even
fair.
know. I don't even know where
That's
your hands
fair.
has been. But don't you ever do that again. Because that Alima is good.
Okay.
She is better for me, better than I, because baby, I would have walked away from. Never mind. Let me talk to. Let me go holler
Okay.
at Shay. Let me go holler at Shay real quick because I'm not talking to you. But
Yeah, and
if she can let that go, good
you
on you.
know what? I'm gonna slightly disagree with you. I actually think it's better to get that information out of the way because of what the question was, because it was what was the craziest thing. And I appreciate that the conversation they had later, Alima was like, I just need to know that that was the craziest thing. I don't need someone who's out here doing all of this crazy shit anymore. I need a man that's going to be here for me. And Ramel did clarify that he's in it here now for the
Mm-hmm,
relationship. That
mm-hmm,
is the wildest situation, but that
mm-hmm,
is what it was, an isolated situation. I
mm-hmm,
actually really appreciate Ramel coming out straightforward, being like, this is my craziest situation. Because whoever is going to then be with him
mm-hmm,
is someone that's going to understand that that is something in his past and
mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm,
something
mm-hmm.
that they can work through. I actually think that's a really big trust builder between Alima and Ramel. I actually really appreciate him for bringing it up, but I understand your point for sure.
I would have rather him bring that up to her
Oh, instead of the
between
group.
him and her instead of the group.
Hey, he had just
But
come in as a
he just got
bombshell.
there. I get it. Like I said, I get it. I understand it. And the question, yes,
I
I
appreciate it,
appreciate.
yeah.
I look at. Let me okay. Let me calm down. I get it. I
But I
understand
get
it.
it.
But
But I get
but
it.
oh, that would have freaked me out to
Yeah.
the highest level of freaking out. Like, are you? But I did appreciate his response to
Yeah.
that and how
Yeah.
she responded to how she came and was like, "What did you?"
Yeah.
And he responded like,
How
"That was
old
a."
is
I said,
she? Do you remember?
"I think she's 24. Can't
Are they
remember.
the
I
same
think
age? They're the same age then in that case, because he is 24 as well.
if that okay. Well, if that's the case,
Yeah,
you can
I
check it
remember
out.
he's 24. I don't remember how old she is. So in that case, like, they're both at a very good age.
Yeah, we'll say
I
we've experimented some things. We tried some things. We had
and
fun.
I am never going to be upset at a black couple on Love Island UK. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you
I'm
very
not gonna
much.
be on black couple anywhere. Like black love is
Period.
beautiful. So I
Indeed.
love it. I'm here for it. I think they look really good together. I think they're
Yes.
cute. He makes her nervous, which is a good sign. I like that.
And I love that he was talking about like her accent and the way that
Hmm.
they were like their conversation flowed so nicely.
Hmm.
I have a lot of confidence in this couple moving forward.
Me too.
I'm intrigued to see them both get tested, but I think this is a couple that is going to get tested and work through getting tested in a very positive way. I think they're going to be a very mature couple about getting tested, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this couple thrive.
Me too. Exactly. Love that.
Tony and Connor, I really enjoy this couple as well.
I think they actually match each other better than Helena and Connor.
I agree.
They I think they understand. Like
when Connor's response when Helena snuck off to go to the hideaway with Harry, he was like, "Oh, I got the whole full bed, so I don't really care." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this man is done. This
Well,
man don't want he." They
they
had
had
pretty much
already
established like, no,
disconnected. They were a
yeah.
friendship couple for a couple of days at that point. What's interesting to me in seeing their overall connections over the last couple of days is it seems like Connor has had this like calming effect on Tony. And it seems like she's kind of zenned out a little bit, and I really like that, and I like seeing that side of Tony. We've seen, Tony has definitely settled into the villa a lot more. I love their conversations together. I think they flow very nicely together. I never would have put these two together, but I really enjoy this couple.
I think Tony. I was going to say this earlier. Tony has definitely, like the last 2 episodes, she was busy out talking and doing her thing. But like, I agree with you. She calmed down. She zenned out a little bit. She was just like, um, more. I'm not gonna say adjusted or adapted, but I'll say adapted. She adapted better into the situation, to the villa. I think once she was no longer the bombshell energy that she had to have and
Yeah.
coming into the house, we got to see a different side, a calmer side of Tony, which I appreciated.
It felt very similar to me, like we were talking at the start with both Megan and Helena when they walked in as well. It was like, I need to be a little bit on the defensive. It felt like her defense mechanisms were up because, new experience, new country, new people. She is completely out of her element more than anyone else here. So it
And
makes
she's a
sense.
bombshell.
And she's the first bombshell as well. She had the most difficult scenario out of anyone here, and I love how Connor has just calmed her. I really enjoy this couple a lot. I
What I
really
like
enjoy them.
what I like about them is I feel like Connor respects where she comes from and respects who she is, and he wants to know that side. I don't think everybody was willing to be open to to deal with
Yeah,
the Tony of it all,
the American
the
girl.
American, because we are a breed. We are loud.
We sure are
We are like we got our own thing.
loud.
We got our own thing and our own air about us over here. And sometimes that is a turnoff to our British counterparts, which is okay. It is what it is. But I also feel like sometimes people just have to understand and take a moment to get to know some people. And that's what Connor did. Like, I think Connor's just such a chill guy anyway. Thank you, Connor, for giving me another reason to like another Connor, because I hated all the Connors before you. So I hope I
Yes.
like you so I can start having good memories with the name Connor. But
Well, this is Connor with
you,
one R or with one
one
N.
one
So
in, right? So I like him, but he definitely, like you said, has a common effect on her, and I can appreciate that. I think she great. I
absolutely.
think they're a good couple. I'm interested. I think they will be one of those people that is going to go along and get along for a while and like each other as they're getting to know each other. But I want to see them tested too. It's going to be
Yeah, me
interesting.
too. Me too. Megan and Tommy, no shocker.
No
Love
surprise. No
them.
surprise. Love them
Period.
down. They're fine.
Love them down. Period. End of story.
She's gonna be, look, just that test, when that test comes, that's gonna be the interesting point for
I'm
them.
certainly excited.
And I think it might come sooner than later.
I think it might too. We'll
Mhm.
see. Very excited. Love them together.
Mhm.
Helena does end up recoupling with Harry, and I think there was no other real option
No,
for Helena.
no.
So Shakira had another option. So yeah, they
Mhm.
were going to put Helena before Shakira. So yes, obviously this is the couple.
Even if
And
they
he
put
seemed
Shakira before Helena, she was still picking.
well. She wasn't going to pick
She
Harry.
wasn't picking Harry.
And he did seem very happy with it.
Yes, I think the conversation that they had on the hammock slash
Trampoline,
whatever that is, I think
the
that just
hampoline.
the hampoline, as
Oh,
Ian
because
put it.
we forgot to acknowledge Ian Sterling.
Ian Sterling, I think this last year there,
Or I believe his final season of Love Island UK.
but Ian's calls it a hampoline, so that's what I'm gonna call it.
Love the
But
hampoline.
the hampoline, that conversation that they had on the hampoline, I felt like, yeah, that shit, they just locked it down that she was going to pick him. And like, this was one part that it kind of turned me off of them for a minute because the way they were talking about, now I agree with it, but I think I don't like the tone that they used when they were talking about Shakira, and they were like,
Mhm.
I mean, if she ain't know, if she don't like it, then it's too bad for her. And I'm
Right.
like, but y'all, then Helena kept saying, I didn't have time to tell you that we were going to do that. Yes, you did. You had the time. You just chose not to do it. Harry
Yeah.
had the time, and he told her it was a joke. So when it went from a joke to being real life, he could have whispered in her ear, like, hey, this ain't working. I'm going to the hideaway with Helena on my way out. Like, be honest instead. If you such a man and you such a bad chick, be bad all the way around. Just be like, girl, I'm gonna take your man to the hideaway because we hooking up. Or whatever. Or we got a connection. I really like Harry, so I'm gonna explore that. Like, you had the time, but they sit on the hamperling like, she didn't really know. Then I mean, I'm like, we ain't have time to tell
Right.
her, and then she didn't. Like, don't do that. She already then
No.
said it's fine. She's okay with you.
There's
She
no
talked to
reason
you.
for it.
She talked to both of y'all. She said it's fine. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Handle your business. Do it, and I'm okay with it. But for them to be sitting there like, man, she ain't have to see how it is what it is. She didn't know. She ain't know, and I'm not regretting nothing. No, I told you to. Ain't nobody ask you to regret your decision because you made the choice. But step in it, stand 10 toes down on it, and don't feel like you have to bash her in the process. That was the one part I didn't like about that. But because Helena gave me some little mean girl vibes a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. She gives me mean girl vibes a little bit.
It wasn't the best look for Helena. I hope that now that she's in a stable couple, I hope that we get a better image of Helena instead of this, because it gave a little bit of mean girl, and I don't want that for her, and I don't want that from her. And I agree with you. I hope we get something a little bit different from her now.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do like them in a couple together to be
I
if
like them a lot together.
I like them much better than the other couples that they were in.
I agree. Megan Dijon,
No surprise.
my favorite couple.
She has, I think, my only worry, I feel,
Mhm.
and a little bit of hesitation with this couple to call them my favorite. I feel like she is happy and safe in this couple until somebody else comes along.
I need Meg to get tested.
Hmm. And I think she runs when she gets tested.
Ah, okay. I think she's gonna get very nervous. I think if the girls are around her, and so because I think Dijon is going to give her the support that he needs to if a bombshell comes in and is seriously interested in him.
Mm.
I think if her girls give her the support that she needs, I don't know that I see her running.
Oh no, we talking about two different things. We talking about two different
Oh,
things.
what
I
are you
think
talking
the
about?
bombshell coming in for her.
Oh, you think
She's
she's
running. I
oh,
think she's
oh,
running.
really?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
I
the vibe I'm
disagree.
getting. The vibe I get from her
Oh,
is
I
she
disagree.
feels
I
safe.
think
I feel she feels safe right now because he's giving her the
oh.
reassurance that she needs to be safe. I don't think she cares that much to keep him safe. I think she
Oh,
just
I
wants to feel
disagree.
safe.
I disagree. I think she's smitten with him at this point.
I think she's comfortable.
I
I don't
think
think she feels
anyone in
smitten.
her position, including her, would be an absolute goddamn idiot to give up any sort of connection with Dijon. But that's
I
just
think so
me.
too, but I think she just feels comfortable, not safe. I don't think she feels smitten. I think she feels comfortable.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I mean, but well, like I said, we don't have to agree. We all can. You feel. I don't know.
I think the test is going to come with a
Well,
woman bombshell coming in for
which has happened,
Dijon.
which I think is going to happen sooner than later.
I think this is another couple where they could get tested and they could make it through.
Mm,
I see this one being a bit more turbulent.
mm,
Um, I don't know. Jury's out.
mm.
I don't know.
So yeah,
This is
we'll
my
see.
50-50. I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I just feel she's comfortable until someone else comes. But maybe
Fair.
I'm wrong. I could
Fair.
be wrong. They spin the block. Here we go.
Run!
We spun the block. We spun the block.
Run!
We spun the block. I just like when we spun the block. I just don't. I don't know. You know what? I guess because she didn't really have any conversations with Shay, and then she already friend zoned Blue, so she really didn't have any more options. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I hope somebody else comes in for Shakira, but I also think somebody is going to come in for Ben, and he is going to turn his head. He is not all in for Shakira. I think she made a mistake by spinning the block. I think she made a mistake. I would have went
I'm
with a
mad at
friendship.
her.
I would have went with
I'm
a
mad at
friendship
her.
couple before I went back to that because I'm not spinning the block with you when you showed me who you are. But maybe she sees something we don't see because we ain't in a couple with him. I don't know. I just am not 100% sold on this.
She don't know what the fuck she wants. She don't know what she wants, so she's gonna go with the most solid thing, which is the person she knows is interested in her at the very least. Shakira's man is not in this villa currently. She's gonna go with what's most comfortable, and of the available options, the most comfortable option is Ben.
Hmm.
Run away! Wee woo,
Or
Shakira!
don't, or
Run
don't, and deal with
away!
this. Look, or don't, and deal with the consequences
I
of
want
your
to like
actions.
her though. That's the difficulty. But
I
I
still like her, but I could just sit back and watch it burn.
I'm liking her less and less over the course of these episodes. Because I thought she was going to be in here as the baddie, and now I'm seeing her just going back to the bad. And I'm like, I don't want that for you, girl. But
Sometimes you just
here
got
we
to sit and
end.
watch it happen.
I
But this is
know,
where
and
we end up.
we're gonna end up here very shortly. Blue and Shay are vulnerable, and in a big old twist,
This is
they
what it
have
got
to
me.
decide who's
But
gonna get dumped.
between the two of them,
Huh?
they have to decide. Baby, we sitting in a standstill because neither one of them gonna want to go.
So then what happens?
I guess we'll find out tonight. I guess we'll find out what happens tonight because the last thing we heard, Blue said, I ain't going nowhere. And Shay said, I ain't going nowhere. You know what? I think it's going to go back to the Islanders. Me personally, I think it's going to have to go back to the Islanders.
And I
And
already know
Blue is
what's
going
gonna
to stay.
happen, and I'm gonna be
Blue's going
upset.
to stay, and Shay's going to
Oh
go.
no, I
And
think it's gonna be the opposite.
oh,
I
you
think
think
it's gonna be the
the
absolute
girls will go
opposite.
blow out Blue?
Well, I think everyone's gonna want to keep Shay because he's just had less time.
That is true.
I think everyone's gonna be
And I
like,
don't
Blue,
think it's
you've
fair.
had ample opportunity to find a
But he
connection.
didn't know, did he? But he didn't know,
Exactly.
did he? I
No,
don't
he
know.
didn't. No,
I
he
just
didn't though, Lana,
he
and that's
really
the problem.
didn't.
And that's why I'm
Right.
pissed that both of these men are in this scenario because neither of them should be going home right now. It
I
should be
don't understand.
Ben.
I don't understand this. This is why Sophie shouldn't have went home in the first place, and then they should have brought in Shay and Ramel, and then we could have had this whole recoupling thing later. And if Blue went home with that, then so be it.
Yeah.
It's fine. But we should have had more time, and I don't know, or don't send either one of them home and bring in some more bombshells and let's start this whole thing
Well,
over
no,
again. Run
people
it
need to
back.
start going home.
I
It's
know
day
people
4.
gotta go
People need to start going
home.
home. But
Let- It's I don't know what's about to happen, but we will find out tonight.
we will.
Wow. This has been,
Yes,
like
yes,
I
yes.
said, this last two episodes, hook, line,
Mhm.
sinker. I was sat, so now I am going to be sat for Love Island UK from this point on.
Indeed. Indeed. We're gonna have to wait a little bit to be back here to talk about it though, unfortunately. Just because we got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back on Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. BST, to talk here at No Invite Needed, live here at the Cup TV, to talk all things Love Island UK.
Episode 5, 6, well, 5, 7, 8.
5, 6, 5, 7, 8.
Yeah, because they don't have 6. Well, 6 is their after sun.
5, 7, 8, I think. Something like that. Y'all will know. Friday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm gonna do it by days. I don't like numbers. So
Right.
Friday, Sunday, and Monday's episodes will be discussed over on Tuesday's episode. So stay tuned for that. And we will literally be back live in an hour. If you're watching this live, we'll be back live to talk at Soul Ties Live, talking about Love Island USA. That'll be a much shorter live stream because there's only one episode, thank God. So we'll be back talking about Love Island USA. We are here 5 days a week talking about Love Island USA. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2:10 Eastern. Friday, Saturday, 6:10 Eastern-ish, talking about Love Island USA. In the meantime, let us know all your thoughts on this week of Love Island UK down in the comments below. We want to know what you think about the Sophie dumping. Who do you think is, well, at this point, y'all will probably know who got dumped between Shay and Blue. The episode, at the time we are live, I think the episode starts in like 4 minutes. So, let us know what you think of these 4 episodes in the comments down below. Who are your faves? Who are you not feeling? Are you out grafting yourself? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure to check out the description below where you can find our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, go get yourself a Hampoline of your own. Go get yourself a Love Island water bottle. And cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.